this is Sue's Love and Tarot. This is going to be a Libra and Gemini reading together. Yeah, let's take that one. All right, what's the next one? Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh, Aquarius got that one. All right, someone's moving towards a partnership. All right, this is Libra. I originally said Gemini, but it's leaning towards Libra. All right. Okay, so this is going to be a Libra reading. Okay. Let's grab this group here. All right, so. All right, so I feel like moving forward, you want to reassess your beliefs, right? What old beliefs have you picked up through your family that you can release now? Because I feel like some of those ideas are unhealthy. You would know if that was you or not, okay, or your family, right? And the thing is, the family, a lot of times they want to protect, they want to, guard and do all these things, right, so that you can have the best life. But sometimes in that is generational trauma that's passed on from generation to generation. So it's important, especially if you have children, not to do that, right? Okay. So it's like move from fear into trust. Okay. All right. So we all have certain beliefs that help us or can trap us and keep us from moving forward in creative solutions. So, and some people aren't even aware of this kind of generational trauma they picked up. And it was like people who were born like right after World War II, right? Some of that fear went into the framework, and then it was passed on, and some weren't even aware that they were, some were, but carrying that, passing it on. Okay, so take a look at those kinds of things, right? Okay, what can I change, right? Sometimes children grow up saying they're not going to be anything like their parent, and then they end up being just like them. Right? Okay, so there's a lot in that DNA there. Okay, so it's important to look at that. And sometimes it's not even a DNA thing. It could be, you could, even a child, if they go to like a guardian, someone who hasn't even brought them into, birth them physically, can also pass on their traumas to their children. So I feel like that's really important here today. All right, so, and how you would know is become the shaman of your world, right? And see what you can shake out rhythmically through music or exercise or movement is what I'm getting. Okay. Or just plain releasing, right? All right. So, like, there's this really big headpiece, right? Okay, so, and it kind of looks like it was here. Okay, so peacock feathers they're giving me. So, releasing of the ego, right? I feel like that's important. And what's tricky about ego is, okay, let's say you've had some sort of martial arts training, right? So they would they would train you to be humble. So you could have picked that up and looked humble on the outside or to the world, but inside you're doing something different with your ego, right? Okay. Okay, Twinkie's singing to the world. Okay. So, oh, this is interesting. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Now, for some of you, you've precisely created something. The desire to do things precisely is useful as long as it does not devolve into rigidity. This was a big problem here, is not being flexible, my way or the highway, and really moving in that sternness, right? Okay, but here's a 6 and 9, so that is coming to an end here. Okay, intuition. So a lot of you had an intuition to move a certain way, and you allowed other things in the outside world to kind of question that. Here it says, allow the limitless power of your unconscious mind to answer your problem by using symbols, memories, and hunches. Okay, so 5-5. That's some tough energy. That's fighting energy. Okay, so how do you move out of 5D? You move into 6D. And in the sixth dimension, that's your multi-dimensional self, there's answers. So meditate, become the shaman, right? And then move that 6D energy. Okay. So you have to move into the solution for the new things to come in. And here they're showing Buddha, right? And here's the merging of a butterfly and rose. Okay, so instead of a lotus, maybe. Okay, so some of you might be interested in a water sign or earth sign. Okay, at any rate, here, this is a skinny Buddha. Look, this Buddha looks really young. So I feel like the key to your success is moving in a lighter, free spirit. Okay. That's what I'm getting. And less density. See, there's no belly here, so it's not holding the burdens of the world. It's like just light and feeling of free, right? Peace, serenity. Okay. So this is the energy that had you on pause. Okay. Wounds, risks, taking, fear, obstacles, procrastination, and things that didn't go your way, and having to reassess. Had distractions. That's letting the outside world rule over your heart. All right, introspection. So then some of you had to go in and put the pause button. Okay. Now, what is coming, though, is here, this is a big one. If you felt unlucky, here's a good one. Luck comes most often to the person and the place where preparation, opportunity, and skill meet. Okay, so 3 is like the beginning of a perfect pattern, right? Okay. I'm like, is she knitting or is she doing some sort of theatrics? Okay. At any rate, there is a out of the waters is emerging a faster momentum. Okay, so things are going to move, but you have to get out of the past and what's happened. You have to look now to the future and be present in the moment, right? Like Buddha is present in the moment. Look to the future. All right, so for some of you, the reason why some of this showed up funky was because your personal life was in shambles, and so some of you walked away from it to kind of figure it all out. But I feel like at the core, this is what you want, union. Okay, so maybe you're leaving that one union and moving to another union. Okay. And then again, it's coming up. So if you had a past person, it may not be now, but like maybe later on, there's a chance in another segment of time, and you get to decide that, right? Because you're the creator. I think I said 5 last time, but they're saying it doesn't have to be 5. It could be you are the creator. So you decide, and then it can happen again in another segment of time. All right, so here it says cooperation. Your goal can benefit from you surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Okay, so there's a lot in that. Okay, and okay, I'm not going to go into that. I think I already touched that before in another reading. Okay, so here we go. What is this? Trust more. Trust that non-physical energy. That's you. All right, so, and take that creative spark and move with it, right? When you sit and brew on things, that's where there's no movement. Well, there can be movement, but it may not come out so positive. All right, so here is insight. See beyond appearances, masks, cliches, culture, and stereotypes to gain insight. Oh, this is interesting. Aquarius got that too. So there might have been mirroring if you either were with this is for another person, Sagittarius, fire energy, or air energy. Okay, so some of you might have been battling an air energy, and that was a mirror. So it was like, look at the mirror. You don't adjust the mirror, you adjust your energy. Okay. All right. Okay, so this kind of reminds me of the Alice in Wonderland cat today. Oh, Cheshire cat. Okay. Okay, so click is coming up in this card. So it's like, let people be with who they want to be and do whatever, right? You don't have to keep looking at it. Okay, that's for someone. All right, because what I know is this. Okay, the abundance that is there's an infinite potential can flow, and if old doors close, that's spirit saying it's time to move in a new direction, right? Okay, so that way you can move into innovation and get out of brewing energy or anger, right? And move into this new forward leading edge energy. Have fun and experiment, inventing something that surprises and has never existed before. Okay, so let's say you're a country and people haven't been looking at you so great, right? Okay, so, well, you don't have to keep focusing at the people who don't say the kind of words that you would like. What you do is you go into your own creative space and feel out what you would like to create to show to the world. You don't have to You don't have to sit there and brew on stuff. And a lot of times when people speak, it's not even their own words. Sometimes if they're an open channel, what is brewing in the melting pot of a creation can pop out of someone's mouth. So there's that too. Okay, so in that way, you don't have to hold resentment against a being, knowing that we're all connected, and what is coming out of someone's mouth may not necessarily be that person's mind, right? It's like a combination of it. But what is in the subconscious can pop out in someone's mouth if they're clear channel, clear conduit. And what's interesting is these water signs are very psychic, right? And if you have water in your charts, okay, so it's like you swim around in that moon energy, and then you're in the daytime, and then you're speaking, and then that can pop out. And that may not be yours. It may be what's in the subconscious, right? And now they're bringing me up that fear. Okay, so... Okay, sometimes if you have a fear, you can attract that because that's resistance in your own energy. So your greatest fears can come into fruition just by you holding on to that fear. And then it could come out in people's mouths or speech to prove whatever it is the fear-based illusion in your mind. So it's important to release whatever fear you may have because it can show up. That is your energy doing that. That's no one else pushing against you. Okay, so that is very important to understand. Okay. Right. Okay, at any rate, there's a nice union. Here is a union of the past, and here is a union of the future. It's your choice to decide how you want to move. But I feel like a lot of you are reaching for, if there was a divorce or a separation, is harmony with your past people, especially if you had children with them. That's very important because that can come out in how you're creating now to the future. You want to first take care of the home front, which is you, right? Okay, and move in a healthy mind. And in that way, when you get to work and do other things, then it could have a more positive outcome, right? All right, so that takes active forgiveness. It takes kindness and compassion and deep love, right? You remember the time when you had that deep connection, right, with that person. And just staying there can help you be more open to communicate in a positive way with that past person. Okay, so here's a bunch of neon looking fish down here. Okay, so maybe there's some Christians there. Okay, all right. Okay, so any rate, there is this new potential here. For some of you who have been holding out on marriage, there's marriage here. Okay, so, but take a look at that too, right? Can you define it in a new way? Because we're in, there's the Uranus energy here. So can you define this marriage in a new way, right? Are you willing to make love a priority in your life instead of pushing it back and moving in fear with this relationship, right? Okay. Trusting more. Right. Okay, so share. To help you make progress, it is a good idea to share what you have and what you can care about. Okay. So, sharing children for some, right? Okay. For some, this is like altruism, doing that. Okay. Okay, so this is Kookaburra is here. So, messenger. So, send positive messages, right? If you're going to communicate. I feel like that's really important here. And here's partnership. Once you have decided to walk your path in partnership, put the relationship first. Okay, so love, right? Wherever you go, take love. And I feel like this is your sixth-dimensional self saying that. Okay. So whoever you feel like was against you, right? That may not be the case in the future. So release those things, that framework, and then Spirit can bring in the new for you, okay? Creating a new fabric. This is that messenger birds, Spirit. Not everything is black and white is what I'm getting with this one. Okay, so if your world is black and white, how can you bring it color, right? Okay. Yeah, so some of you, it's like this string, this red string is your lover, right? And you put it on the back burner. And I feel like this home represents your person. Right. And they're there. They're looking towards you, I feel like. And I feel like Spirit is working on it. Ooh! I never noticed that. Look at that. Looks like a ring. Spirit. Spirit's everywhere. Okay. Okay, so it's this transformation, right? And how it moves faster is letting go of the pause button and take action steps. Here it looks like you are the pillar. You are the pillar of strength. But I think what you really want, that's the exterior, right? Looking kind of gray and black. I feel like you want to put down the weapon. You want to let go of the resistance that you're pushing against. You want to be loved. You want to be admired and adored, right? And you've been crying, some of you. This change has brought sadness upon you. Okay, so it's time to look forward, right? It's time to let go of the battle and move forward in your innovation, your innovative ideas, your creative work. Okay, I feel like you've been resisting love and love's been knocking on your door. Okay, are you going to really let it in this time? Thank you. I leave you with that, Libra.